Imagine placing a piece of meat the size of your fist into your mouth. No chewing. For a human, that is not eating. It is a problem your mouth, throat, and stomach were never built to solve. A wolf does it again and reaches for another piece. A crocodile throws back its head and lets gravity pull the food into its throat. A snake takes an entire animal, fur, claws, skull, organs, and slowly makes it disappear. It looks crude, almost badly designed. But these predators are not forgetting to chew. Their bodies have moved part of eating somewhere else. And the strangest part begins only after the food is already inside. Because swallowing quickly is not just a shortcut, it is the result of a trade predators made millions of years ago, one that changed their teeth, their jaws, and in some species, the size and activity of their internal organs. By the end, the animal that takes this strategy furthest will temporarily rebuild much of its digestive system around a single meal. But before the stomach can take over, the food has to disappear from every other mouth trying to steal it. For a predator, the danger does not end when the hunt is over. For a predator, food does not arrive on a plate. It runs, it kicks, it bites back. And even after the prey is dead, the meal may still disappear. A lion can be pushed off a carcass by hyenas. A leopard may lose its kill to lions. Wolves feed beside pack members trying to tear away the same pieces. Every second spent chewing is a second another mouth can take the food. So predators evolved to do something faster. Cut, tear, swallow. But speed is only the first part of the answer. The stranger clue is already inside the predator's mouth. Their teeth reveal the plan. Human molars have broad surfaces that meet like grinding stones. Our jaw can move up and down and from side to side, crushing food and mixing it with saliva before we swallow. Many predators are built differently. Their canine teeth are not chewing tools. They hold struggling prey and puncture flesh. Behind them sit carnassial teeth, sharp blades that slide past each other like scissors. They do not mash meat into paste. They cut it into pieces small enough to disappear. The jaw itself mostly works like a hinge. It opens wide and closes with force, but has far less sideways movement than the jaw of a cow or a human. That is not a flaw. Sideways motion is useful for grinding plants. A deep, hinge-like joint is better when prey is twisting, kicking, and pulling against the mouth. The predator gives up smooth chewing and gains a bite that stays stable during a fight. That is why watching a lion chew can be misleading. The head jerks sideways, the jaw closes several times, teeth flash through the meat. But the animal is not grinding. It is positioning the piece and slicing it until the throat can handle it. But this is where the strategy becomes truly strange. The mouth stops working long before the meal is finished. Then the rest of the work moves deeper into the body. A predator's stomach is not just a storage bag. Strong acid begins breaking apart muscle and connective tissue. Enzymes attack proteins. Small bones may soften, while fur, feathers, teeth, and other difficult material pass through or are later expelled, depending on the species. The meal is processed after it disappears from view. And one predator takes this idea much further than the others. Its body does not simply digest the meal, it changes to survive it. Snakes take the strategy to its extreme. They do not have chewing teeth at all. Their teeth curve backward, making escape difficult once prey enters the mouth. The two sides of the lower jaw are linked by flexible tissue, while several skull bones can move independently. The snake does not unhinge its jaw. It walks its mouth over the prey, pulling one side forward and then the other until the entire animal is inside. Then the body begins rebuilding itself around the meal. After weeks of running at a low level, the python's intestine rapidly becomes more active. Its intestinal lining expands, digestive enzymes surge, blood flow to the gut rises, and its metabolism can increase many times above normal. The animal that looked almost motionless is now spending enormous energy inside. Once digestion ends, much of that machinery slows and shrinks again until the next meal arrives. For a snake, chewing would not improve the design, it would only delay swallowing. Crocodiles solve the same problem differently. Their teeth are conical pegs built to seize, not slice or grind. Large prey may be shaken, torn apart, or twisted during a death roll. Once a piece is small enough, it is swallowed almost unchanged. This is why crocodiles sometimes lift their heads while eating. Gravity helps move a heavy piece toward the throat, because their tongue cannot manipulate food the way ours can. But swallowing large pieces is not safe. Predators can choke. Bones can become trapped. Food can block the esophagus. A stolen piece swallowed too quickly may become the last meal the animal ever takes. Evolution did not make the method safe. It made it profitable. Most predators do not know when the next meal will come. A successful hunt may be followed by days of failure. So the stomach becomes a temporary vault. Eat now, digest later. There is also a reason meat allows this shortcut. Plant cells are protected by tough walls made partly from cellulose. Breaking plants into smaller pieces helps microbes reach the material inside. That is why grazing animals chew for hours, and why cows bring food back up to chew it again. Meat has no cellulose wall. Muscle and organs can be attacked chemically without first being ground into thousands of tiny fragments. A predator still needs to make food small enough to swallow. It simply does not need to make it smooth. So when a big cat swallows a strip of meat that looks far too large, it is not forgetting to chew. The mouth has already done its real job. The canines caught the prey. The jaws reduced the meat just enough. Everything after that belongs to the stomach. We chew because our mouth is part grinder. Predators swallow because theirs is still part weapon.